I actually was shooting with my phone for a long time and basically exploring around Detroit, going in different buildings, taking different pictures, and it just turned into buying a camera and kind of changed my life. It's a way to see the city that I've never seen it before. Before I started doing this, to show people what Detroit looks like, not in the movies, not in the media, a different perspective of the city. And for me, it's just kind of a therapy for me. I go up there and it's like nothing else matters. I'm there taking pictures and it's just like I'm in my own little world. Everybody sees the ruin porn and the negatives of it. And when I'm up on a rooftop, I see the true beauty that the city has. And I see the history when I look at an old building, or I'm inside of an old building and I see what used to be and what's now. A lot of times I'm standing on a rooftop and I look out and I see where the city is going as well. I was afraid of heights until I started doing really tall buildings. The Penobscot climb, I climbed to the top of the Penobscot Fall, or the orb up there, and when I was on my way up there, I don't really think about it, to be honest with you. I'm so focused on just taking in the experience that I never really think what could happen or what happens if I fall. I just kind of keep focused and I don't really think about the negative or what could happen. I just kind of think about the pictures, the experience, and where I'm at. In buildings that you have to make a climb or it's a lot tougher to get onto the roof, that's definitely a big adrenaline rush. Standing on the ledges, climbing in a spot where you might not have a ledge or a rail to keep you up, that definitely is a big adrenaline rush. And I think that just exploring the city and seeing it in a different way is a huge adrenaline rush for me, and that's definitely what keeps me going. I think it was last summer. I got off work at 4:30 and I was shooting the whole night until the sun came up the next morning. So I guess that'd be about 16 hours. A lot of times when I shoot sunrises, that has to be the time where it's the most meditation, meditate-like, if you want to call it that. The whole city's sleeping and I'm up on the roof photographing the sun coming up. You go from the dark to the sun comes up to broad daylight and there's nobody around. And just being up there, it's just, you can't even really hear the hustle and bustle of the city. It's like you're above it all. I've done 2 shows, the As Detroit's Own visual experience, and that was at Transition Skate Park. It was a collaborative show with me and 4 other artists, and there was a movie premiere as well. And then I was in a show at the Detroit Historical Museum. I've been featured in Zipper magazine. They wrote an article on me. Ink Addict, I was doing some blogs for them. They showcased my work. And I wrote about the experiences and who I was as an artist. I'm definitely going to keep going where I'm going, and I think that what's next for me is traveling outside of the city and shooting and seeing what the rest of the world has to offer, and capturing Detroit in its comeback. And I don't plan on leaving the city, but I do plan on venturing out to different places to see what the rest of the U.S. and the world has to offer.